Thank you so much for being on Harley House's podcast today. I'm so excited to sit down and have a conversation with our amazing Survivor speaker, Jessie Bunk. Jessie, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. Hi. Thank you. I'm honored to be here, Caroline. My name is Jessie, and I'm a survivor speaker with Hartley House. I've been working with you guys since the beginning of the Survivor Speakers Bureau, and I'm also a local artist. And yeah, I love nature, and let's see, I love my friends and my family, and I love Hartley House.
Oh my goodness. Well, we love you, Jessie, and I'm so excited that you're able to be here today and share your story, your wisdom, your knowledge, and your art with everybody that's tuning in today. So if you're not on YouTube, I would absolutely recommend it because we got some great visuals that you're not going to want to miss. But I guess I should introduce myself. If this is the first time you're hearing our podcast, my name is Caroline Dato. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm Hartley House's Community Engagement and Prevention Lead. And I have the amazing opportunity to oversee the Survivor Speakers Bureau. And actually, Jessie's been speaking before I was even a Hartley House employee almost 4 years ago. So that's phenomenal. So Jessie really is our OG speaker.
Oh, no. There's many others. There's many others who are members too that have been speaking with Hartley House for years. I can think of a few.
I can too. And
There's
you
a
all
lot
are
of
amazing.
us. Oh, thank you. You all are amazing.
Well, I really appreciate that. And for those who are tuning in and are not from Frederick County, Maryland, or have not heard of Hartley House before, we're a local nonprofit, again, located in Frederick County, Maryland, which is inside the United States. I'm going to keep saying that until it's confirmed that we have international listeners. That is my goal, so I'm manifesting that. But we support victims and survivors of intimate partner violence, also known as domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and child abuse, and provide victims and survivors with support services that range from a 24/7 hotline to free therapy, both individual and group, free legal support, really anything a victim or survivor and their family may need. We can either support them one-on-one individually with our Hartley House employees, or we can refer individuals to the appropriate resource that can help them on their healing journey and to leading a safer life free of violence, because everyone deserves that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I just want to say, before we get into the interview portion of today, I do want to give a content warning. We are going to be talking about the forms of violence that I just talked about. This one is going to be a little bit more heavy than our other episodes because we are having a survivor speaker, the amazing Jessie, share her story. And so if that kind of conversation is going to be emotional for you in any way, please either skip ahead or don't listen to this particular episode, even though I want everyone to. But again, please make sure you're taking care of your mental health first. There's going to be plenty of other episodes that may not be as sensitive. The main things we will or may be talking about today is dating violence or intimate partner violence, sexual assault, suicide ideation and attempt, and medical ailments. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to our guest interview. So Jessie, can you paint a picture of where you were in your life before the violence occurred? So how old were you? What was important to you? What were your goals?
Absolutely. So I was 18 going on 19. I had just graduated high school, a year ago. I was getting ready to take the summer break and then go to community college, start FCC in the fall. And I started a new job. I started working at a restaurant. Like I said earlier, I was focused on my friends and my family. I love going to concerts. So like when I was through high school, I did that. After high school, I would do that with my friends and my family. Yeah, just I love to hike and be outside. So and I live near a state park. So at the time I was outside a lot. I really did I have still a wonderful, great life, and I'm so grateful and blessed for it. And it's a great opportunity to share. And I hope that this conversation can be digestible and I can make it that way for people because it is tricky. Intimate partner violence is tough to talk about, but it's incredibly common.
It unfortunately is. And
Yeah.
the statistics, if I'm remembering them correctly right off the top of my head, is that I believe it's 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men will experience some form of intimate partner violence in their lifetime.
And that's according to the CDC.
Yes, that's according to the CDC.
And other statistics, but these are national, well-known organizations that share this information.
Absolutely.
It's accurate. And it might not even be accurate. It might be more.
Right, because a lot of people don't feel comfortable reporting intimate partner violence to an agency like law enforcement.
Yeah. It's complicated.
Absolutely, and we'll talk
more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I know you talked about you were just graduated high school, ready to go to college, really that typical like graduation experience.
Yeah.
I know your love of nature is still something that you share today. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Oh, yeah. Like my love of nature specifically. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Well, nature inspires a lot of my art and just my like passion for living. I mean, I say that God is the great outdoors, and I just really connected. And because I was very grateful and blessed enough to grow up on a farm. We lived next to a state park. My parents just instilled like those fabulous values of loving and appreciating the natural world because like it's the best world and it's the real world that we live in. That's what connects us all. We're all, part of this earth. We all come from this earth. So yeah, I was born that way, I think.
That's so beautiful to have, and that you were able to hold on to that even through a really dark time, which is why I wanted to, for you to expand upon that. So
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate
Of course.
that.
Well, these hearts are daisies, in a sense, and for Hartley House, and flowers and nature just really inspires a lot of my art, as you've seen.
Yes, oh my goodness. And all of the mushrooms that you've drawn before too are just absolutely amazing.
Thank you. There's a lot happening right now because of all the rain we've been having.
Oh, that makes sense. A lot of mushrooms popping out of the ground.
Yeah.
So are my flowers too. And I'm like so excited.
It's all a symbiotic relationship when the mushrooms and the flowers and the plants and the trees, they'll all grow together,
That's beautiful. And I really feel that so naturally from you that you really understand the connectedness of everything.
Yes.
And the connectedness of one person to the other. And I've really seen that bloom with the Survivor Speakers Bureau because we have about 30 members now. I know.
I had no idea it was that many.
Yeah, well, we just welcomed in 10 new members.
True. You all just had a new membership, an entry. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I can't wait for you to meet them and connect with them too, because I know it's going to be amazing.
It is. It's already been an amazing experience, and it continues. Like you're saying, we blossom and grow, and we continue to thrive and really like help each other grow too.
Yeah, it's all about that connecting and that thriving, right?
Yes, connect and thrive.
Yes. Which, hint, hint, you'll hear more about Connect and Thrive later because yes, we finally picked a name for the podcast. And if you want to learn that, I know we're like a couple episodes in and that's fine. We're figuring it out as we go.
Someone asked me what it was called, and I'm like, well, it's a Hartley House podcast, and we just started it, so it's getting started. Like the name is coming, and this is exciting.
Absolutely, and so stay tuned until the very end, and that's when we will announce the official name of the podcast.
That's so exciting.
But okay, now let's go ahead and get into more of what happened that brought you to Hartley House.
Absolutely. So what brought me to Hartley House was another survivor. Oh dear, I got this. There we go.
Perfect. The art is trying to fall. The beautiful, beautiful art that the
Yes.
students have done.
And that's the cool thing. I wish if people could see the student art we have hanging up was drawn by high school students with FCPS with both their hands at the same time, at the same time. I witnessed it and others did too. It was incredible. And this is their work. And they're so talented, multifaceted and naturally talented. It was amazing, to watch them create.
Absolutely. And we'll talk a little bit more too about what you're able to do with our youth prevention team as well. But for timeline's sake.
But yes, what did bring me to Hartley House was another survivor. It was years after I'd experienced the abusive relationship, and I was randomly contacted by a stranger, complete stranger, who was a survivor and who instantly disclosed with me her story of surviving the abuse by the same person that we had both dated and that had abused the both of us. So that was terrifying to learn that someone else had been hurt by him. And in that moment, I didn't know what else to do. And I had the support of my parents to call Hartley House, to call the hotline. And that's what led me to Hartley House, was the bravery of another survivor speaking up who had experienced abuse, dated the same person as me, had experienced intimate partner violence as well. And the whole reason why I speak up today is because of her. And she knows it. She knows who she is. She's a very good friend of mine now.
I know she's listening. So thank you so much to that person out there, because I've heard Jessie speak and talk about this person in such high regard and admiration. So truly thank you to the person who reached out to you and shared that, because that bravery and courage has a ripple effect. And I know that person is sharing their story, you're sharing their story, and that courage allows other people to step into their healing and to share their story with others as well, and to not keep these stories silent like a lot of people feel like they need to be.
100%. You do not have to stay silent. I was silent for a very long time. A lot of survivors are. You don't have to. It's the stigma, the shame that comes with it, and that's what I hope to help break here, is that you're not the one to be shamed. You're not the one at fault. It's all on the abuser, and the fact that you're a survivor means that you are so strong and nothing can break you. That's why you're a survivor. You can't be broken because you're surviving. And it's very difficult, but I do hope that other people can learn that it is okay to speak out and to speak up, and that you are believed, and that there's support out there, and people want you to be happy and healthy and safe. And that's what Hartley House is here for.
Absolutely. And I do have to plug our 24/7 hotline number.
301-662-8800. Call them anytime.
And it really is 24/7, whether it is 2 p.m. on a Thursday and you just need to share or talk with somebody what's been going on, or if it's 3 a.m. on a Saturday and a violent act has just happened and there is a crisis. Regardless of that spectrum and where somebody is, we are going to be there for them. Now, that is in Maryland. We do have some national hotlines that I'm going to share with everyone, national hotlines to the United States that I'll share with everyone at the end of the podcast. So if you are not in the state of Maryland, please stay tuned. I promise that there is help in your area as well.
100%. Right. You've already touched on those. I know you will again, but there's resources everywhere, even though when it feels like there's not. There really is hope and help everywhere. You just have to sometimes ask and look and do a little work, but it's there.
And that's not easy, right? So, and I know you've acknowledged that too. And I'm so glad your parents did share with you and supported you in calling Hartley House.
Yeah, you can't do this alone. You can't do healing alone, whether you have the support of your family or your friends or professionals or like anonymous people, like you have, random friends on the internet that you're in a chat forum, in a support group. You have to have support out there. You can't do healing alone, because it's just not possible. That's the reality of it. But however the support manifests, you need to have it. That's what Hartley House is here for. So much support, and that's what I've received with you all, is years, an endless amount of support still to this day.
And I can't wait to talk about how you're able to support us back too in such phenomenal ways. But before we get into that, I'm just going to dive back into your story. Were you ever in denial that what was happening to you was abuse?
100%. After the initial, like I had one serious incident of abuse that happened, one very traumatizing act, and after that incident, I did push it back in my head and thought, oh well, he just took it too far. You rationalize it, and I did just completely deny it for about 1 year, and that resulted in me taking an entire bottle of prescription medication I was taking at the time, and then I was in FMH, trying to figure out why I did that. I think denial is dangerous. That's just what I'd like to leave with. That it can be very dangerous.
And for those who aren't local, FMH is the local hospital in the area.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was in the mental health ward specifically, and it was scary because I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to be alive because I didn't want to admit. That was the biggest thing. Like, I didn't want to admit what happened to me, because if I did, then I felt like I'd make it real. And then if it was real, I'd have to face the reality, like, hence denial, reality. And yeah, it's stressful and it's scary. And I think a lot of survivors go through suicidal thoughts and ideations because you can feel like you lose yourself and your sense of self-worth and who you are. Abuse and trauma can really manifest in any way. It can do that to you, whether it's with partner, with illness, with accidents. Life can throw you a lot of curveballs.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you sharing that. Especially when we talk about taboos. Suicide, ideation, and attempts are a big taboo. So I really appreciate you sharing what you've gone through with us today.
Yeah, and I want to say to anyone out there that feels that way, I still sometimes feel down, very, very down. We all do, and you're not alone in feeling that, but you are not alone. You are not alone, and you are loved, and there are so many people that appreciate, and I love and appreciate you, and I don't even know you. I don't even see you. I see Caroline here, but really just know that you are so, so important to this world and this earth, and you need to be here for many, 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 many reasons. Simply to smile and to wake up in the morning, you need to be here. Oh no, we lost a piece of art.
The art does not want to stay on the wall.
I know. I thought I put like good glue dots on.
That's okay. We'll take a second and put it back
I
up.
guess so. One moment, please.
No, that was a really serious moment, so I apologize. We'll get back into the seriousness in a second. But sometimes comedic relief is important too.
Yes, it is. No, but that's just how life goes. Sometimes things fall down on you. We were just saying that. Like, sometimes pictures fall off the wall,
Absolutely. And we are able to pick it back up and put it
Take
back
a moment.
together. Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, do you remember? I'm trying to remember the name of it. I know we've talked about it before, but there is this Japanese art form. I think it's called, I don't want to butcher it.
I don't remember the term, but I know what you're talking of using gold to fix the broken ceramic pieces.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a beautiful analogy, and it's very true for life. And I think that that's true because, like, survivors, people feel so broken, and I think that's how you feel, but you're not broken because you've survived it, and you can't. I feel like you truly can't be broken, and that one thing I like to think of, especially with the survivor that inspired me, is that I feel like she lit a torch inside me, and that as like a member of the Survivor Speakers Bureau, I feel it's not just my honor, it's my duty to light that torch for others as she has lit for me. Has that survivor lit for me? I need to light it for other survivors as well. You know, that fire within. And it's just so possible that there's, you know, it's like it feels like fire can be a form of destruction, but it also can be a form of creation. And it can fuel a lot, you know. Sorry, that was off a different tangent there.
No, that's beautiful. And again, bringing it back to that connection, back to earth, I really feel like that's such a part of who you are. So that's a beautiful connection there.
Thank you. Well, it's like fire is a force to be reckoned with, but so are you. You know, your own internal fire, your own soul and who you are. And that's the thing. Like, I think users don't get it. Like you are a force to be reckoned with, you know, and you're something that can't be broken, you know, that's something that can never truly be taken away from you. And I know what it feels like that it can, that you don't want it to be here anymore. It doesn't always have to feel that way.
Yeah. And it can get better.
It definitely, it 100% does and will get better. You have to want it to get better. You have to work at it to get better. You have to try every day. You can't just close your eyes and pray. You have to. God helps those who help themselves, you know? And I truly believe that you have to help yourself. You know, what happened to you is not your fault, but you can feel better, and you can really take your power back. You can, you know, get your spark back. It's possible.
Absolutely. And if you feel like, if you're thinking, oh my goodness, that sounds amazing, but I don't even know where to start, that's where Hartley
Call the
House
hotline.
or the national lines that I
Call
promise.
any hotline. There's so many local centers that people just don't realize exist, you know, in their communities. There's organizations, they're out there. For Frederick, it's Hartley House, you know. But yeah, reach out. You're not alone. It's possible to feel better. It's possible to feel good and to feel empowered and to feel proud to be a survivor.
And survivors deserve that.
Yes, they do.
All right. So before we jump back into the next part of the episode with Jessie, we'd like to take a minute to shout out one of our amazing organizations in downtown. It's one of our favorite local spots that keeps us fueled and caffeinated. Can you guess who it is? Well, you will find out in a second. Whether you're tuning in on your morning commute or just winding down with us, the next time that you're needing a really good coffee drink or maybe tea drink, hopefully you'll be able to stop at Dublin Roasters. Caring for the community is a big part of Dublin Roaster. How have you partnered with Hartley House before?
Oh yes, Hartley House. Well, we've done a lot of different things. I realized early on, I wished I had done a few things differently, but when you're starting out, you know, in a cafe or whatever, your profit margin is pretty minimal when you're starting. So the way I handled marketing was to give donations. So if you folks had a meeting, you know, I would provide you with a couple of carafes of coffee for free, and that kind of spread the word and the goodwill. I didn't have the dollars to, you know, pay for ads or newspaper things. So I wished I had done a little bit more marketing with money, but I didn't have that. So we can't go back. But after we received our first Best of Frederick Award, and I got that free marketing dollars, value whatever, $5,000 or whatever, I saw like, oh, the benefit of giving money and cash and things like that really goes out in the community. That's great. But the feel good of the actual donation, I stopped tracking donations. It's just whatever. It felt good to give back into the community, and Hartley House was one that was just, it felt close to my heart. I felt like they were really making a difference. So I just kind of kept up with that. And I think I realized how much that donation aspect really meant to the community during COVID. when I receive letters and emails, support, gift cards saying, you don't know what you did. This is what you did, and specifically. And I had a lot of people from Hartley House reach out, and anonymously say, this changed my life, this donation did this. And I was just acutely aware of just like what one person can do, but then when you include the community, how much that really meant to everybody. So that was part of how I said, okay, let's go further. Let's have a bag of coffee with your logo on it and message, put that in the community, and people will buy that, especially when they know $4 of every bag is going directly to Hartley House.
Which is a very significant amount,
Yeah,
so thank you.
Yeah. And for me, of course it helped our reach to people, but really it just made us feel really good, honestly, to help others. So then, the bag of coffee, terrific, but we went forward with having a latte also, a latte named after, whatever you wanted to call it, but we picked we have 5 specialty lattes every month that stay for the month.
Have fun.
Ta-da! And, another idea was, we have more people buying drinks every day. If they, I forget if it was like a caramel vanilla latte or something.
It was delicious. I remember that.
Yeah, thank you. So we picked the 5 lattes are really popular, and we try to vary it. One is, maybe a flower essence, maybe a chocolate, maybe a caramel. So we picked a popular one, and we put it on our latte board. And who wouldn't want to order it? And $1 per drink is going to the organization. So you might get a couple $100 a month because we have a lot of people coming through every day, fortunately. That part was born too. So we just keep thinking up ideas to have fundraisers that, help the organization, bring awareness, and also help us.
And so if you want to see the magic of what goes into every single cup at Dublin Roasters, check out our behind the scenes video that's going to be posted on our YouTube and is live now. It's a long form video where we go with Serena and talk about how she created and started Dublin Roasters. And then we actually go behind the counter to roast some coffee beans with her. You don't want to miss it. And it'll really show you just how much love and appreciation and care goes into every single cup of coffee that you have. You've kind of talked about it a little bit, but if you missed anything, I'd love to give you a chance to share. How has Hartley House made a difference in your life?
Well, I am a little speechless there. Hartley House has made I'm speechless. The way that Hartley House has changed and helped my life, you all have allowed me to find confidence and empowerment and connection with myself, with others, with the community, with the world at large, honestly, and to heal, to move. You have all given me the tools to heal. You've given me so much support, and the resources are endless. The support is endless. It feels truly like a family, like that is, the community. My goodness, I can't, like, Hartley House is a home for people. It is a home for everyone, to be able to feel safe again, to feel heard and believed, and to feel healthy, and to live the life that they deserve to live. And Hartley House stands for that. And that's what I feel like Hartley House has helped me get back in my life. I feel like I especially after my suicide attempt and the abuse, I feel like I lost myself, and I wasn't myself, and I could never go back to myself. And I remember telling my mom that like everything, art, everything I love, the music that I love, if I was like, it's nothing to me. It means life meant nothing to me, because that's what trauma and abuse can do to people. It can really just completely tear you apart, and tear you inside out and empty you. But it doesn't always have to be like that. You can fill that void with love, with heart, like with your heart. Like, that's what it is. It's about your heart healing. You know, Hartley House is about you healing, and the way they've helped me, you gotta tell me to stop, Caroline. Okay, please.
I didn't want to interrupt.
You're gonna have to tell me to stop. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No,
I
you
will
don't
not
need
stop.
to.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Oh my goodness. No, you never need to apologize. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm so glad that you did reach out.
I am too.
And I know, because we've talked about it a lot, that you've shared with me that you want your story to inspire and to light that spark in somebody to then call Hartley House and get support as well.
Absolutely.
And my goodness, you're doing that every single day. And I so appreciate, you're such a steward of Hartley House. You really, you are our number one cheerleader.
Oh, Caroline, thank you. You're too kind. I am just so, I can never give back the way I feel like you all have helped me. You've given me a voice, the validation, the hope, the life, the love that you all have inspired within me. I want everyone to feel that but it's not just survivors. It's secondary survivors. It's the family members. It's teachers who hear a nightmare story about their student and they don't know how to help support them. It's everybody. Hartley House wants to help everybody, you know? You hear your neighbors going through something really bad. You want to know how to support them. Hartley House is here for everybody, you know? It's not me. It's not you. It's everybody.
Thank you so much for bringing that up, Jessie.
Yeah.
Yes, we also support secondary
Everybody.
survivors. We also support secondary survivors as well, meaning that if you know a victim or survivor, or you've witnessed abuse, but you yourself haven't experienced it, you are more than welcome. And we encourage you to seek support from Hartley House as well, because it can be really difficult witnessing abuse or supporting somebody who's going through such a difficult time. And we know that when communities can support the survivors in their lives, the survivors are better off too, right?
Yes.
Research has showed time and time again that when a survivor goes and shares their story, and that person is believed and they're validated and they're cared for, that person is more likely to seek support, seek help, and get on their healing journey much quicker, right?
Yes.
And so we do it all for the survivors, right? We work with the secondary survivors because we want our community to empower the survivors in their lives. And I share that a lot when I'm doing trainings to all different kinds of people out in the community. I say, if you have witnessed abuse by the nature of your job and it's weighing heavy on you, or you don't know what to do, please call Hartley House. We are a community resource.
Yes.
I do a lot of trainings with nurses, mental health professionals, law enforcement, and I want everyone in this community to know that if you're witnessing something or you're worried about someone, you're not alone in that. And the more that we can share and the more that we can speak out about this, the more we're going to rid our community of abuse as well, because abusers are going to feel the shame and guilt that they should feel, not the survivors or victims.
And that's how it should be. Turn it around in the right direction, Caroline. You got it. You know, that's, you hit the nail on the head. And it's just an honor to be here with you all and to be a part of that, because Hartley House is so necessary for the community to work towards prevention, to work towards healing, and to make it just a safer place for everybody. Anyone can call the hotline, because they will connect you to if there's if it's a different situation, if they're out of state, if the resources don't match up, they'll help connect you, you know.
Absolutely. And we would love to help and connect you.
That's their job.
And so diving back into the abuse, how has abuse affected your life? And were other people aware of abuse at the time?
Yeah. So, intimate partner violence definitely has affected my life in every capacity, like physically, mentally, sexually. It's affected my education. It's affected my work. It's affected my, like, all aspects of my health. It's affected my relationship with my family and my friends, and it's incredibly common.
So, for those who are listening who may have never experienced this form of violence before, but want to do something and help the people in their community, how can they help?
There are so many ways to help in Frederick, to help Hartley House today. One of the best ways you can do is people always want to donate, which is fabulous, and financial donations are so encouraged, along with gift cards, because that can be really a fantastic way to empower a survivor who's utilizing shelter, who might not have anything of their personal possessions with them. So giving them an opportunity to go out and shop for themselves and treat themselves and feel good about themselves and get exactly what they want and what they need. Gift cards are a fabulous option to help Hartley House, along with donating your time. Donating your time. Coming out and supporting us when we're out in the community. Coming out and supporting us when we're doing free workshops, when we're doing public free, we do a lot of speaking events with the libraries even, and you can come out and support us with that. Spreading the word, just letting people know about Hartley House, letting them know that their services are for men, women, children, LGBTQ+, the whole community, that their services for everyone in Frederick County. If you live, work, or go to school in Frederick County, you can reach out to Hartley House.
Jessie, you are doing my job
Oh,
for me.
Like you said,
You are our spokesperson.
it's an honor. I want everyone to know this. Like I said, okay, this is a little extreme, everybody. I have a couple tattoos, but if I could get one tattoo, I'd get the Hartley House hotline across on my forehead.
And I know you mean it. I know you're
and
not
my parents would
joking.
never forgive me. I know.
And then we would never. Actually, this
You could
brings
never
up,
change it.
well, this brings up a good point, though. Our hotline has been the same exact phone number since the start of our hotline in 1979.
Wow.
Because you never know when someone may need that number and they have that number saved, or they have an old pamphlet or an
Yes.
old flyer.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that number hasn't changed.
An old card, anything. And that's it. I'll say it again. 301-662-8800. Call them anytime. And and that's another way. If I can't answer that question specific enough, call the hotline number, and a professional with Hartley House will give you a more eloquent answer than me and say, oh, you want to, give back in this capacity. Oh, you want to donate something for the staff for a retreat or something like that. There's a lot of ways that you can give back. You just have to reach out. But giving back your time. There have been a couple volunteer events. Pride is coming up.
Well, Pride might be.
It might be yes.
It might be past. But every year.
But every year we're out in the community at big events, and you can volunteer and sign up to help with Hartley House and spread the word and let people know about the services. That's really sharing about Hartley House and saying Hartley House is here. They're here for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, it doesn't matter if you're a girl, it doesn't matter who you are. If you need help, Hartley House is here for you.
Absolutely. And you can share that verbally, just when you're talking with people,
Shoot them
or
a text.
Yes.
Shoot on the internet.
I was
Email
gonna
it.
say
Anything.
our social media. We're
I'm
on
so old school.
Instagram.
The internet. I'm 31. Listen to me.
We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on Blue Sky.
Visit our website. The website has all of our information. Hartley House's
Absolutely.
website has information about Survivor Speakers Bureau, information about community events, how to donate, how to contact. visit the website.
And we have 2 drop-off locations, both at the Common Markets, the one on 7th Street and the one on, is that Route 40?
Think so.
Buckystown?
Buckystown.
One of those.
Buckystown.
If you put it into your Google, Apple Maps, whatever you use, you will find it. It's the one that's not 7th Street. And we have a bucket, or what would you call it? Like a little crate, right by the entrance and exit where you can place goods. Typically, we're looking for things that people can microwave real quickly and easily, like a soup or a mac and cheese kind of thing, toilet paper, or any type of beauty products or like self-care products in that way. Shampoos, conditioners, unopened, please. Sometimes people try to bring us open ones. And I get it, because you're like, oh, that actually didn't work with my hair type.
I understand.
Yeah.
Give it some use, but not used use.
Yes.
Elsewhere.
Though I do appreciate the environmental consciousness aspect of it. Diapers, baby wipes, things of that nature.
We'll say there's one other thing. As a member of Survivor Speakers Bureau, you can request a Survivor Speaker for your business, for your school, for your organization, for your church, for your women's retreat, for your, like, anything. We want to share our stories. We want to share Hartley House with the community. And we also want to normalize the faces of a survivor. We have men in the Survivor Speakers Bureau. We have women. We have people in the LGBTQ plus community. Everybody. We have all sorts of people, because that's what survivors are. They're everyone.
We've got Spanish-speaking survivors as well.
Yes.
If your group is
Bilingual.
predominantly Spanish-speaking.
We have a doctor in the Survivor
We
Speakers Bureau.
do. We got pretty smart people.
We have some really, we have nurse. We have a lot of amazing professionals, people who are passionate about their family and their community and helping others. And also, you can get training done. Caroline does amazing training. Yes. With any, really, if you're in Frederick County and you're working with people, you're working with survivors. Hartley House is here to help you. So reach out.
Yes, not only can we share about our information at Hartley House, but also just how to work with survivors to not re-traumatize them. Because even though I'm sure you're doing an amazing job.
There's a lot we can do.
Right, but there are a lot of things that we do that unintentionally harm victims and survivors. So it's just a good check-in. It's a good, okay, how do we work trauma-informed principles into any kind of job kind of thing.
But Hartley House is here. They'll here to empower your business, your whoever you're working with, and educate and just spread awareness and knowledge. So work with Hartley House because they're fabulous.
And then lastly, do you want to share a little bit more about the drawings that are behind us? And again, plug, if you're not seeing this on YouTube, I
you're really missing
recommend
out.
you'd hop over there or at least follow us on social media, because our amazing social media expert guru will be posting it as well.
Fabulous. But yes, I'd be honored to share. And this is all because of Hartley House and the Survivor Speakers Bureau. You all gave me this opportunity to instruct bilateral drawing. And for those who do not know what bilateral drawing is, it's a really unique art practice where anyone can try. You just use both your hands at the same time to draw, to doodle, to write. And what we have up here on the wall are really beautiful examples done by local high school students. And I had...
You can tell we're in a city.
Yes, apologize. We're Frederick City. We apologize for that. But it was an amazing opportunity. I was able to share my story as a survivor of intimate partner violence, and I instructed the kids, I'll call them that, to try drawing with both their hands at the same time. And as Caroline can see, and others who are witnessing it, they are unbelievably talented, naturally talented. Some of them are just these are natural born artists. I can see. I'm an artist myself. I'm self-taught, but these kids were so amazing.
In two hands. They did that with two hands at the same time.
I witnessed it.
And Jessie has instructed me. And let me tell you, these students are much better.
No.
It's not about that.
No, it's not. They had fun, and they could listen to a difficult conversation and engage and even respond to me and draw. It was just such a cool thing.
And if you want to share too, or I can as well, but that bilateral stimulation,
Yes.
it stimulates both sides of the brain and actually can help people through healing through trauma.
Yeah, specifically EMDR is a type of therapy that I've done to help process my trauma, and that utilizes bilateral stimulation. I was sharing earlier, the room we're in, there's a lot of instruments, and there's drums, there's guitars. Using a lot of instruments and people playing sports, you do bilateral stimulation a lot more than you realize, using both your hands at the same time. But it can really just invoke a mind and body connection that can have you feel relaxed and creative and meditative. And some people find it challenging, which I've heard, and
It was.
some people find it challenging.
It was.
Because your brain will fight itself, like to dominate one side. That's what it wants to do. Your hands will wanna
But you really have to
dominate.
focus and be in the moment. And I think
Yes.
even just that was so meditative when Jessie instructed me when doing it. And it was really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I discovered this practice as by accident, and I'm really honored to share it with others because that's what it was for me. It was like we were talking about coping skills, This was a really healthy drawing, creating. It can be a very healthy coping skill for survivors, whether it's music or culinary arts or poetry or, visual arts, acting, singing, dancing. There's so many ways that you can, let out the pain that you feel in a safe way. And that's very possible with art. So I'm grateful. Thank you, Caroline.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much because I know the students absolutely love it. They love you. I know
I
they
loved them. They were
appreciate
wonderful.
I know they appreciate hearing your story. Because unfortunately we know that some of them may have a similar story of theirs. So knowing that they're not alone and that there's somebody out there to support them is really important. But my last question for you today, which we're going to end up asking all of our guests from now on, is what keeps you grounded?
Oh. What keeps me grounded, and you said I was thinking of a practice we could do, is the practice of grounding, which is when you taking your shoes off and walking, barefoot on the earth and feeling the ground. There's my farming, like nature
That
aspect.
mind-body connection to
But
the earth.
that's probably one of my favorite things because I do forage and I love to go outside and also just meditating and we've practiced this before. Breathing has helped me through learning, practices, breathing practices that can really help with anxiety, can help with stress. Art keeps me grounded. God, I've as a survivor, I've definitely grown a stronger connection with God. Like I've felt a lot of healing and love and safety through life. More like there's so much more good than bad, no matter what. I truly see that. And like totally random, but like Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. That was one of the books that I read right after I attempted to end my life, and it really did give me perspective. Sometimes you do have to do healthy comparisons. I found to be grateful for what you have, and celebrate what you have sometimes. And gratitude is a very big grounding exercise for me. And like, just knowing that there is hope, like no matter how bad things can get, like there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel, there is love out there. Like,
It sounds like you have a lot of grounding options to choose from in your book, which is lovely. So hopefully if somebody's hearing this and they're like, oh gosh, I've never tried that before.
I could say I do like positive self-talk.
Yes, that's a great one too.
Positive self-talk, just especially as a survivor, knowing, you are you are beyond strong. You are unbreakable. You are powerful. You are mighty. You are loved and you are believed. And everything, everything that you have been through has not been for nothing. There's so much life to live, and there's just so much beauty out there. And, Hartley House, and I really want you to experience the best life you can possibly have.
Well, thank you so much, Jessie. I really, really appreciate you being on, sharing your artwork, sharing your story,
Students.
sharing your story of hope.
Thank you.
And radical acceptance and caring for the people around you and lighting and igniting that fire in other survivors, which I know you've done through this podcast today. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.